Hello there, namaste. So, One Piece episode 4, the pirates are coming. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm geeking out, nerding out. I'm being a complete otaku here. I absolutely am fascinated by how they've done this. I have always been skeptical about this coming out. I was always, on the fence because the West has a terrible time, reimagining or imagining anime in live action. But here it's I hope this is a complete success and they realize this is how it needs to be done going forward. So any adaptation they do from then on is just 100% faithful. So this is Zorro's episode.
Wait, you know Luffy? Yeah, my other best friend. He's in trouble too. Luffy's the place you're taking us to. Yes, aren't you listening to me?
Oh, yes. By all means, lead the way.
Gosh. Someone needs to whip him into shape.
What's wrong with him?
Little guy couldn't get enough of my latest recipe.
You're not a cook and I'm not a maid. We're pirates.
Sell yourself, short champ. Believe my cooking out.
Enough! I can't hear myself think over your inbred nonsense. Now, how much of the soup did he eat?
All of it.
All of it.
Don't you dare track in mud all over my floors again.
I says to May.
Butchie, the Marines are here. They've come to collect the drunken straw hat pile.
Now you can hear through
Bring
it.
it to the front of the house.
You don't have any proof. There's nothing I can do.
Where'd that rope come from? Seriously, where did that come from?
We're not friends, Kalina. Now need advice from you.
Your movements say otherwise.
They rushed into that one, I feel. They didn't have time to develop their relationship at all. They're just like...
Plan B.
Seems like Kuina cares more than he does.
He was here only a few hours ago.
Yeah, now he's dead. God,
Acting there is a little
Butler,
flat.
he's-
Just go.
And did he learn his lesson?
Champ.
And how do you know it was the orange-haired girl?
The time for waiting is over. Kaya is of age.
Wait a minute.
We can finally put this farce to bed.
Do the bells really go off in the middle of the
Kill her
night?
now.
Yes, Butchie.
Why is that in the kitchen?
Why wouldn't we be alive?
She's carrying the broom? Time to have a little hunt. I think the outfits are a little over the top. Way he's walking. He's got himself some swagger. Just one foot in front of the other. There's something about the acting that just doesn't make it seem urgent. Am I the only one not feeling the urgency there?
But no woman can beat a man.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Roanoke Zorro. Gotta fight, train, and kick your butt every single day.
You got something to say?
the only good part about this episode so far, sadly. The acting has been off, and the flashback didn't feel right. It felt rushed, if anything. Oh, brave man.
They'd be so disappointed.
No, they'd want you to survive. And that is exactly what we are going to do.
Speed things up. There's no sense of urgency in this episode. They're being hunted and they're slowing down. It's like, the funny thing is, they spent the urgency on the backstory, which should have taken more time. But in the actual story, they're going so slow where it's supposed to have a sense of urgency, and there is none, absolutely none right here. Everyone who's being hunted in the house is just taking their sweet time. Two funny things. Usopp being scared by a spider. And then, yeah, the whole Luffy throwing up. That was it. Everything else is just, oh.
She's gone.
Too rushed. Should have spent more time developing their story. Gosh. I was praising it so well before this episode started. I was like, okay. I was so hyped about it, and then this is just so slow. Oh, now they decide to slow it down, because that's the thing. They rushed to the emotional sequence, and now they're slowing it down to try to make it feel emotional. I'm not feeling that because they did. And I read the manga. I read the anime. I've said that enough, apparently, but it's just they are not spending enough time developing that relationship. That now it just feels rushed. They tried to rush to the emotional bit, a heart-wrenching portion. But because they didn't take the time in the beginning, they should have spent more time on the backstory than they did on the house hunt. They should have had quicker edits to the present and kept it focused on the past. Because that's the thing, we're supposed to feel something in this scene. In all the other episodes, I was still able to feel what I felt when watching the anime. Right here, no. No, not even close.
Please give me the honor of allowing me to carry Kuina's sword.
Is that a panda behind him? I just noticed that last minute. Giant panda just staring. They're keeping Panda Man.
Kobe.
Has there been one in every episode?
I gotta go back.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Start walking, pirate, or die.
By order of the Marines, I'm placing you under arrest.
Cute. It's very cute. Yeah, I think... Yeah, so throwing up on Helma... When they kept going back to Luffy, it's like they know how to have Luffy. Yeah, it's funny. It's like that house is ready for the purge. I'm surprised Zorro didn't just cut him open. He's doing the polite thing and closing the door again, I guess. All right, Zorro better take on the two Meowbon brothers, siblings, the Meowbon siblings. Yeah, I swear they rushed the beginning and everything just to get to this. It looks plastic. He's back at the beginning. Zorro, so lost. Why the mop? I like how accurate their outfits are to the anime, but I think the cape is just a little much on Bucci.
I am made of rubber.
And how long have you been on the seas? A week? A month?
3 days.
I've killed more crewmates than I care to remember. They're expendable. Every single one of them.
It's about adventure and freedom. No one who does that can ever call themselves a pirate.
This could have so easily been like a horror episode. Looks like he hit something. Gonna draw it with his mouth. Or not.
Oh my god!
That was a quick fight.
You probably need some new stuff.
I think I'm done with stuff for a bit.
Too bad we can't collect their bounty.
We don't even have a ship.
Yes. You do.
He wins the bet. He's happy. He's all, I win the bet.
I hereby name this ship the Going Merry.
You're on your home.
Thank you, Kaya.
So are the people just sitting there? Still tied up in the house?
No, I couldn't.
Just come on already.
I'm gonna need a great sharpshooter,
Just a ragtag group.
just like Yasop.
I expect to hear all about the real adventures of Captain Usopp.
No. Sniper King.
They do know I'm the captain, right?
Let them have this one.
He just wants to jump in between and correct them both. So he's already sitting at his favorite seat. We are the mix between the One Piece music and then like pirate music is just nice. Comfortable. Now I want some popcorn.
Yeah, well, don't get used to it.
Get used to it.
Get used to what?
Being right.
He's always right. You might think otherwise.
Always have a backup plan. You flushed them out, son.
Using my unparalleled artistic talent, I made us a new Jolly Roger for the ship.
No. No.
Use the ship and knows the most about the ship.
I am.
No, he was the one that was given the ship, so
This is what it's all about.
having fun. Do they have Garp doing his signature move?
You have to open your mouth.
Well, it sounds like they're being fired. Grandpa? Monkey D. Garp. Monkey D. Garp. Oh my gosh. So this episode actually was a little lackluster. It seems like they were just trying to rush. Somehow they sped up the wrong sequence, which was the flashbacks, and they spent too much time on being hunted in the house. If they wanted to spend time on being hunted in the house, there should have been more urgency in the actors. It shouldn't have been these long pauses. They should have been urgently trying to get to everything. There should have been more of an intense of the hunt. They could have easily turned it into like a horror sequence. It felt off. There was no real, because they rushed the flashback. I didn't care for the whole Kuina Zorro relationship. It just was way too rushed. And then they slowed down for the death sequence to make you feel something. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The episode was only roughly 55 minutes long, 56 probably, but it's just, it didn't work. It didn't work like that. Yes, it's a longer episode. Yes, they could have done so much more. Yes, they could have actually cut out a bit too, because it just felt like they were adding fluff to it. It's just aggravating that it was so good and then they fall flat. It's just, but it was just a few sequences, and then they showed Luffy. Every time they showed Luffy, they was like, all right, sweet, we're back on track, because they know how to cast. They had him cast perfectly. He just seems to be playing the role perfectly, because all you need to do is play the lovable fool. Of course, with the other characters, like, I think Luffy is like Johnny Depp is to pirates. He's someone you just can't remove. You can't remove the Captain Jack Sparrow. You can't remove the Luffy. He's kind of the heart of it. If you took him out, it just doesn't feel right. And it didn't feel right not having him in the scenes. Even though in One Piece there are a lot of scenes without Luffy, but every character comes to their own, and all the acting is just or the animation is all well done. The story is all well written, and you're reading the characters how you want. But right here, Usopp, Nami, Kaya just didn't seem to be doing the roles justice. They were going slow at beats. They were just, it just felt a little slow at certain, in the scenes that should have felt rushed, and it felt rushed in the scenes that should have felt slow. It was a little bipolar in that aspect. But as soon as Luffy got back into action, Luffy showed up to fight, it was back to the rhythm. So the first part of the episode was the really long, slow, walking through cement type thing, through wet cement. But yeah, thank you all for watching. It's still good. That episode, just honestly the weakest so far, the absolute weakest so far. It was a flashback, which is normally the strongest one, I feel, for the original arc, for the East Blue arc, and it just didn't work. But thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.